leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, who's chasing the beer, that circle the lips, play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives.
Live!
I let you do it by yourself.
Look at that. You fooled me.
No, I did this, though.
I know.
Strong Island Television, Paradise Studios in beautiful Massapequa, New York. Not far from Jones Beach, where I was this morning. Not far from my pool, where I was this afternoon. There's an Italian restaurant over here, CBS, Long Island Railroad. Rich Walker's back.
I'm here. What time do you get to the beach?
It was late today. I like to get to the beach at 7:30 in the morning and do my steps. There's the background. I was talking. Do my steps.
Is there anybody else there at 7:30?
I just say, DD. You see how I just say? I watched our show before, and I realized this background doesn't stay the same. It changes color. It goes like this a little bit, and then every once in a while it goes, hello, and it comes forward.
That's to keep everybody awake at home.
And I watched it on Long Island Optimum TV, Bobby. We're on Long Island Cable now.
I know, channel 115.
I was just flicking through it. I went, hey, there we are.
Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You know, we don't mention it enough. Yes, but
and by the way, 4.7 million households have Optimum Cable.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Butch.
You so much.
Thank you so much.
4.7 million. Yeah, write that down for the next
Hey, Bob, can you show a picture of the breakfast when you get a chance? So I brought Olivia back to college. I stayed Hampton Inns. I'm a Hampton Inn guy, Hilton.
Look at that.
Look at this. Free breakfast. I'm a simple man. They got the omelet thing, the potatoes, and a little sausage.
Sausage.
Sausage. And I'm happy. I had two of the. What would you?
Okay,
how many omelets would you take?
How
many? You can go back to us. How many omelets would you take for breakfast?
2 probably.
And then?
And 2 or 3 sausage.
But I mean, would you go back for more of the omelets, you think?
If I wanted more. They're little though now, right? They're not the big omelets.
No, it's a little folded. It looks like a taco.
Yeah, we
delicious.
Also, you know who does that? Choice Hotels. We stayed at the Comfort Inn.
Right.
And they or Comfort Suites now.
Free breakfast.
Love it.
Now I'm going to Pittsburgh with the boy.
Yeah.
With the good boy, my son, to see the Metsies. Labor Day weekend we're leaving. And we got $15 towards breakfast. It's the buffet, the omelet guy. $15. Breakfast is $16. Very nice.
Wow.
Very nice. I'm excited.
That's a little bit more elaborate than the hotel.
Yes, I love the omelet guy. Here's something I want to discuss with you. I thought about you when I did this.
Yes.
Pulled off the highway going up to the Bing. That's where my daughter's going to school. La Bing, right?
Bing,
going up there for a master's. And I remembered I went to this Mexican restaurant once on the way up, but I couldn't remember the name of it. I thought I saw it. It was in Goshen. We got off, and it wasn't the place.
Oh.
And it wasn't really a great Mexican food place. And when I asked her, I got the fajitas.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I said, where is the sour cream?
Right.
And where is the guac?
Right.
Bad waitress. She was bad.
Right.
She says, we don't have that with the fajitas. I go, well, every place you go has the sour cream and guac. You don't have that with? She says, no. They had guac in the place.
It's extra.
Yes, but that's not the point. She didn't offer it. Even the sour cream. Now, here's what pissed me off the most. Pissed me off? Here's what upset me the most.
Well, yes.
Right? The shrimp had the tails on it.
Oh, no.
How do you eat them? No, I got to work. It's hot. How do you take the tail off?
Were they deveined?
They were deveined.
Oh,
but how do you eat a meal of fajitas but with the tails on? You got to take them off.
It sounds like not only the waitress, but the cook was new as well.
Or he heard me, a little loud, and maybe he said, bada bing, let me give it to this guy.
The shells in there.
How do you take the tails off now, Richie? This is what I was thinking about. How would Richie do this?
You have to pull it off.
It's hot. It was hot. It was sizzling. Have you ever had a fajita?
Yeah.
Bring it out. What does the fajita do?
We just had Red Lobster the other night, unlimited shrimp, and it came out like piping hot.
Was the tails on?
I put a fork down. Yeah, because you get shrimp scampi, the tail is on.
All right.
You got to pull it off.
Okay, but if you pull it off with a fork, sometimes you lose some of the shrimp.
The legs. You rip the little legs off. Pinch and
Tomorrow,
pull, yes.
Tomorrow, I have goose all day.
Oh.
And I had him in my backyard before. He wanted to jump in my pool a little bit. And he jumps in, and he jumps in, and he jumps in, and he jumps. You know what I mean? He could do it for an hour.
All day.
Just keep jumping in, right?
Yes.
So he looks at me and he goes, by the way, Graham Babs, I don't want to be called on the show Vincent Frank Bacciagalup Scungia Larocchia
Anymore.
I said,
up.
what would you like to be called? He said, Vincent.
Wow.
I said, that's your name. That's a little boring. Can you give me something else?
Something spicier.
So we said the Goose. We can call him the Goose, which is what a lot of people call him.
Is it Vincent the Goose? Because I have to get this straight now.
I think it's just the Goose. We'll verify it. But Bobby had to erase Vincent Frank Bacciagalup Scungia Larocchia out of the system.
Yeah.
Took him 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Took him 10 minutes.
The dilemmas in your life.
Oh, you know what? When I brought Livy back to college, we went into Tully's up there in Binghamton, very popular sports bar. Yeah. I watched the end of the Met game, that they won the other night, 10-9.
They big Met fans up in
Binghamton's up there.
Yeah.
They're AA team.
Yeah.
So we go in there and they have the arcade big basketball game with the regulation size basketballs. Ooh. You shoot the hoop.
Right. But not regulation size hoop.
Did you see that? Did you see how far it comes out?
Yes.
So
there's no ADH.
No, not here. So Livy is not an athlete. ADD. Livy is not.
And ADHD we have.
How do you spell it? Livy is not an athlete, my daughter.
No.
Not an athlete. She works out of it, but not an athlete. So I said, let's play this game thinking I got to let her win. Let me beat her the first game, and then I'll have her come. She beats me.
Yeah.
It's a regulation size. It's Richie. I played basketball like half my life. Yeah. She beats me. And then I'm like, oh, my God.
Obviously, she's been hanging out at Tully's.
I didn't think of that. Yeah. So then she says, let's play another game, Dad. She beats me the second game.
So maybe she should let you win next time.
I think she did the third game. She did the third game. I played the third game. Oh. But the funny part is, I said, how did you learn to do this so well? And she goes, Dad, you taught me.
Wow.
And I think we played that game once, and I told her you got to spin it backwards, hit the box, and a lot of them go in. But it's
amazing.
It was fun.
Since 12 how she remembered.
Yeah. She's a good girl. We moved her in to Bing, 11th floor. We had a lot of fun right in the middle of the city there. Yeah. She's so much fun to be with.
Can she beat you at climbing that ladder that wobbles and you can ring the bell at the end?
No.
You ever see that at the carnival? You got to go up. She can't beat you with that. You're a fireman. Could you do that? Could you climb that ladder staircase?
I was afraid of heights. Did you know that?
No, yes.
Very unique. The only fireman on the job who didn't drink coffee was afraid of heights. And what was the other thing?
And you're afraid of fire. Definitely afraid of fire.
Definitely afraid of fire. No, that's in my act. I always say my first fire I pulled up to, the captain says, all right, put your gear on, put your mask on, we're going in. And I go, we're going in? Can't we just fight the fire from out here with the hose? Yeah. No, we got to go in. And I was getting hit in the back of the head with the axe because I kept stopping,
Yeah.
It's an interesting job. Yeah. It really is. And I worked with the greatest people in the world. Yeah. In fact, we're recording a 9/11 show. It's going to be shown on the 7th, but we're recording the show. And basically, I'm having on a few people who lost somebody on 9/11 or because of 9/11. And we're going to ask them to tell us a time they made you laugh or smile.
Great.
So it's going to be an interesting show. I have a few of the people that I worked with. I have one or two of the widows, some of the kids, a co-worker, fellow firefighter. And
what a very uplifting show.
It will. I think it will be. Yeah. I think it will be because I have to tell you, this year I am down in the dumps. I'm driving to Kent, Ohio by myself because Richie said there's no way I will be in a car with you for 7 hours. I have something
why
to
do
do.
you pick the one night I can't do it?
He just said to me, I can't do it. I got something to do. But I filled in the blanks. When he realized we were going to Ohio, he's like, oh, my God, I got to be in the car with this guy. I can't be on TV with him for 45 minutes in a car. You know what, Rich?
12 hours.
Big announcement.
Yes.
We landed 2 sponsors this week.
Yes.
And I'm going to bring out my sponsorship Excellente coordinator, Les Deegan. Les, come over here. Les is going to make the official announcement of our new 2. Les, turn your mic on, Bobby says. Very good.
Where do I do that?
Where's the mic?
On the
He's
big
touching
box.
every part of his body but the mic.
Do I have to kiss it?
No, just turn where it says.
Turn it on like
where it says on. You turn it on here, on, off. There you go.
Okay, it's on.
Now,
Les Deegan is here. Les, give us the 2 new sponsors.
All right,
buddy.
thank you so much, John. We are so excited to announce 2 new sponsors.
Yes.
Number 1, Uncle Giuseppe.
Whoa! Uncle Giuseppe, you gotta say like this.
What great food! What a wonderful place of the shop.
My Jewish Excellente got the Italian sponsor. He went.
That's right.
Right?
Because he only called me 7 times today and said, "Remember, Uncle Giuseppe."
Uncle, you gotta go. Uncle Giuseppe's.
That's right, Uncle Giuseppe's. Anyway, thank you, Uncle Giuseppe.
Thank you, Uncle Giuseppe's. Clap for Uncle Giuseppe's.
Yes.
We're so glad to be working with you, and also
very excited. Before you answer the second one,
okay.
We hope to get maybe some food sent over once a month. Maybe have them on the show, and I would love to do some cooking segments, Richie and I.
Yeah.
With them. Maybe Les will be in there too. Have some fun and cook. Who's the second one?
We would love to. And then the next sponsor I'm very proud to announce is Bulivus Restoration.
Bulivus is
Bulivus Restoration, yes.
Bulovas.
Yes.
Bulivus.
Yes, and I know you're going to tell everyone out in TV land exactly what they do.
Bulivus Restorations is a leading property damage restoration company on Long Island. On call 24 hours a day to service any type of damage emergency, whether it's water, fire, smoke, soot, puffback, or mold. Your property damage emergency is their top priority. That's right, puffback. They will coordinate the entire restoration process from cleanup through repair and filling your insurance claim. That's pretty cool to do the insurance claim.
Yes, actually. Yes.
They provide complete loss management and restoration services to residential and commercial properties in Long Island. They are committed to excellence in providing the services necessary to minimize your physical damage and business interruptions, ensuring a successful restoration.
Right.
Bulivus Restorations value their customers and guarantee their satisfaction.
And
Richie, what's the number there?
The number, it says call them today, 631-380-4300.
Now, don't call them today.
No.
It says call them today, but we should have said that.
But you don't.
You need damage. You need damage. And don't cause damage to call that.
Or
in other words,
just call them to say hello. Yes.
I was going to say, so really the steps in the process are, if your house is on fire, first you call John.
No, you'll call me. Call 911 and don't come later.
He'll put it out, and then when you need to clean up and everything, that's when you bring Bulivus in. And then when the house is all nice and clean, you go to Uncle Giuseppe for a nice and good meal.
Oh, we got it in Bulivus. Thank you, Les.
You like how I did?
Thank you, Les.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Les. Congratulations on the 2 new sponsors. John, you might want to mention who our title sponsor is.
Our title sponsor is Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
Yes.
Thank you, Butch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was all excited about the new ones.
But I just want to.
Are we going to break now, or are we bringing Don right on?
We're going to go to break because our special guest is in the waiting room and ready to go.
All right, let's go to break. We'll bring Don Most out.
All right.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months. To see if you qualify, call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
We are back, Laughter Saves Lives live, and very excited to have a very special guest on, Richie.
Yes.
Long before he was known for Happy Days, he was a singer. He loves to sing. He's a crooner, this guy.
That's
I
right.
was looking at some of the stuff that he's doing.
Forget
He's
about
amazing.
Very versatile.
Our viewers may know him from Happy Days, but he's so much more than that. He does some directing. I am really excited, Miss Rich Walker, to have on.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the infamous Don
Most. Oh my God, there he is!
Yes.
Hey, John. Hey, Rich.
How are you?
I'm good. Good. How are you guys?
You're doing great.
You look
see
great
out there. You look great.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We're so happy to have you. We have a quick, funny little story.
Oh,
When your buddy was on, Anson Williams, right?
Yeah.
We were having some fun with him or whatever. And Richie tried to cut him with a question or two, and he said to Richie,
No, wait. Let me just say one thing. He was on. We were having a great time.
Gentlemen, wonderful.
I'm not chatty, but look, you haven't even spoken yet, and we're still talking. But I kept interjecting because we don't have a lot of time. And then he kind of snapped at me, and he goes, "Would you shut up already?" He goes, "You are the worst interviewer ever."
And that's amazing because he's been interviewed how many times, right?
I can't believe he said that.
You know what it is? I don't know. He was in the middle of a monologue, and I was trying to do dialogue. And that's all. But we had so much fun with him. He was a great guy.
Yeah, I think he was saying that with a lot of humor intended, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Well, you know what it is? I'll say one thing, and I'll
ask
let
him
you
a question.
But I'm just very excited because I grew up with you guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, to even be able to talk to you, I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I was telling everybody all day. Go ahead.
The first thing I want to do is we know who you are. Everybody knows who you are, right? You've been asked a million questions, and every time I bring a guest on like you, I'm like, what am I going to ask? Tell me a question that you would like us to ask you.
Oh, my gosh.
You on the spot with that? I'm sorry if I am. But something that you would go, I really wish people knew this, but nobody ever asked me.
Oh, that I wish people knew. Oh, wow.
You can pass.
Okay. Okay. Like, well, where I went to college and what was I studying and all that kind of stuff. I grew up in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Yeah. Yeah, in Flatbush section of Brooklyn. But but people probably don't know too much about because what I knew I wanted to pursue acting, singing from a pretty young age, but my parents were supportive of it as long as I went to college.
Right.
Because you know how precarious and unpredictable a career in show business is.
Yes, absolutely.
So I understood, and but anyway, so people usually don't ask like, well, where did you go to college or what did you study and all that kind of thing. So I guess you could ask me that.
Where did you go to college?
I went to Lehigh University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Which was a still is a big engineering school.
Oh.
And so I entered Lehigh as an engineering major.
Oh, wow.
Look at you. Now, did you graduate as an engineer or?
No, what happened? I finished my junior year, and then I went out to LA for the summer. And I've been doing, I was singing when I was 14, 15 years old during the summer up in the Catskill Mountains, up in the nightclubs one summer. And then I started shifting gears to acting and going to classes for that, and I started going out on auditions for and I started getting a lot of commercials, and came close on some Broadway, but a lot of commercials. And then I went out to California for the summer to kind of get some networking and get some contacts, so that for the following year, after I graduated, I might want to be in LA, because that's where all the film and TV was being done back then. So that's why I never finished. I went out for the summer and didn't quite make it back because things started happening.
That's good. Do you remember any of the commercials you did?
Oh yeah, they show them. They were showing them on some, back in the day, Nickelodeon or something, but it's on YouTube. I did one that was pretty well known with Robbie Benson. It was a Reese's peanut butter cup commercial, and we're walking along, and I'm eating chocolate. He's got peanut butter, and then we bump into each other. And hey, you got chocolate on my peanut butter. You got peanut butter. That whole thing.
Peanut butter chocolate.
Did they had more than one of those? Because I remember that commercial.
Oh yeah, they had several. I did a McDonald's commercial, and there was an actor in it who was not known at the time, and I didn't even know it was him until 40 years later. Somebody tells me, "Oh, watch Jay Leno, or go look it up on YouTube tonight." And it was Jay Leno, and the guest was Morgan Freeman, and they surprised Morgan Freeman, showing him a commercial he did, and it was the McDonald's, and he said, "And there's Donnie Mostin with you."
Wow.
So I did a commercial with Morgan Freeman. I was like 18 years old. I don't know. He might have been 24 or something. But I didn't know it was him until 40.
You don't know? Yeah. That is amazing.
So you're singing. Let's talk a little bit about your singing.
Sure.
What are you doing now? Do you have an act? Do you tour?
Oh yeah, I'm not really touring. Although I might be sometime soon. It's more like intermittent. I do shows, like I did one. I was out in Long Branch, New Jersey last week at a big outdoor event, and I performed there. And after me, the Drifters were on. So that was last week. This coming Sunday. This Sunday, I'm doing my show at the Gary Marshall Theater. And it's the closing night of their summer outdoor series. So I'm really happy about doing it at Gary's Theater, obviously.
Very nice. You're in LA.
Yes, I am.
So let's say Richie and I came out to LA, right?
Yeah.
And you go, "Hey guys, let's do something together. What would you do with us? Like, what kind of thing?" I don't like the typical.
Because we're very funny comedians.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like the typical, like, I'm not a guy that wants to go out. I'll eat, but I'm not like a dinner guy. Oh, let's go to this restaurant. I'm a little kid. I like to do fun things, physical things, hiking, bowling, darts.
I see.
Water slides.
I see.
No,
gosh. Well, there's plenty. I mean, you can go to Magic Mountain up here, and you could do all the rides, and Disneyland is always great. But let's see what other stuff. There's places you could race the go-karts and.
That I like. Oh, well, he's got a lot.
Yeah,
You're good at improving too. Don, I want to say one thing. You were here on Long Island, not too well. I'm going to say right before the pandemic. You were at the Patchogue Theater.
Yeah.
And that's when you and I actually became friends on Facebook back then. But unfortunately, I didn't see the show, but I had heard everybody was like, "You had to see Don Most." It was great. Like, like not many people, like you said, don't know you're a singer.
Right. Yeah. I'm hoping that's going to change. I have a new CD that I have one out. It's a great CD because I've got incredible musicians and a arranger, and it's all the jazz standards kind of like, you know, the Sinatra kind of stuff, with unbelievable musicians. It's called Mostly Swinging, and people can check it out on iTunes, Amazon. But I'm doing a new CD with a producer in Nashville, and we're still going to do the jazz standards, but with a more contemporary jazz.
Oh wow!
Setting. You know, not the big band, and it's coming out great. I'm very excited. So I think the first single is coming out late September, and then the CD will come out right after that. And then we don't even have the name. We haven't set on a name for it yet, but people could look out for it.
I got the name. If you want the name,
yeah, hit me.
Laughter Saves Lives Standard by Don Most.
What? Say it again.
Laughter Saves Lives Standards by Don Most.
Laughter Saves Stand. Okay.
There you go, right?
Let me talk to my producer about that.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
See, you're so accommodating.
I
have a question.
He's like, the guy's an idiot. Oh, we'll see how it works.
In another minute, Don's gonna go, would you shut up already?
No, not at all.
But Don, question. Do people ask you this question? And I don't mean to bring it up because, like, I know, you know, unfortunately, when you're famous for something, that people always, that's all
I hate that.
They bring it up all the time.
Yeah.
But now, Ralph Malph was hysterical.
Right.
Who's funnier, Ralph Malph or Don Most? Did they ever ask you that?
Who's funnier?
Yes.
Oh my! Not even close. Ralph Malph was funny.
Yeah.
I was never the comedian in the crowd. You know, like when I was in high school, I was more like Richie Cunningham. I mean, I was an honor student. I was co-captain of the swim team, but I was pretty introspective and kind of shy. You know, I knew people that wanted to be the comedian in the crowd. I knew lots of those guys, but I was their audience. I was not never like that.
What a true testament to your acting, because you would think that is a funny guy.
Yeah.
And you portrayed it like excellent.
Oh, thank you. You know, I felt, you know, at the time when I was auditioning for it and it all was coming on, I was like, you know, yeah, I can do comedy. You know, I felt like I'm an actor, and you know, I could do drama or I could do comedy if the material is good and the situation, the story, and the character has some interesting things about him, you know, then I could, because when I was in class for acting, we would do all different styles, you know, of whether it be drama or comedy, tragedy. And that was the job that, you know, you had to do all of it. And that's what I love about acting, is playing a wide variety of characters. And yes, I got very well known and associated with that. And it was tough breaking away because especially back in the 70s and 80s, you know, you only had 3 networks. There was not all this. So many people were watching you, and you got known for something. And the industry looked upon TV differently than they looked at film and sitcoms.
A lot more crossover now, right? A lot more of the actors.
Absolutely. It's like a bridge, like you said, between the mediums. So it's not as so lately. It was very tough when I left Happy Days, because I left after the 7th season. The show ran 4 more years, but I decided the same year that Ron Howard decided not to renew contract.
Right.
And because I knew what I was facing.
Jumped the shark.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons I left the show. I felt like the show was starting to go down.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons. And the other one being that the character was so different than who I was. And I didn't want to be so, you know, I was already typecast, but I felt like I'm 27 at that point.
Right, you want to fight your way out of it.
I got to fight my way. And it was tough, but I kept at it, dude. Theater, you know, and then started to carve away some things, you know, like a guest starring role that was very different in Star Trek Voyager 2-parter. I played the villain. It was totally different character. Yeah. Or you know, several of a show called I can't remember the name of the show, but I played a psychiatrist, and so I started chipping away, and then little by little I started getting more parts that were a little bit different. The Crow was the one that I did. And now in the last 4 or 5 years, and I think because I'm getting older and I look different than I did, when I was in my 20s, obviously.
Right.
So in the last 4 or 5 years, I've done more films than I'd done in the previous 15 years.
Yeah.
Very cool.
During the year of 6 months in the pandemic, I did 4 movies, and all different roles, going from like playing a pastor to a polygamist to a prison guard to the owner of a hockey team.
Plenty roles for you. That must be fun. We have a little something in common. When I've been doing stand-up comedy, how long, Richie? 25 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I get off the stage, people say you should try drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the comedy,
it's
not so much.
Yeah.
Well, oh, you mean
that? You missed that whole.
No.
Oh.
I was going somewhere else with that. I was going where somebody was like seeing something in you where they thought, oh, maybe that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Okay.
Do you do directing?
Yeah, I did. I've directed 3 independent films, and I'm attached to do 3 others that we're waiting on, hoping that they get the green light, with the financing and and all that. But I'm excited about doing that again. It's been a while. I did one in 1999 called The Last Best Sunday, one in 2007 called Moolah, and then another one called Harley's Hill, and I loved it. I really enjoyed that experience, and won some awards, at festivals and whatnot. And so we'll see. I'm waiting to hear about a couple of acting roles right now that I'm hoping come through. Yeah, I'm supposed to do one where I'm the lead, but they got pushed back. It was supposed to start in October, so now I'm waiting to see when we're going to do that one. And I think I'm going to be I might be doing a part in a Western, which will be fun.
Whoa!
So,
can you ride horses?
It's been a while, so I might have to do a little, brushing up on that.
Is it true that's a big plus in Hollywood if you could ride horses?
I don't know. I mean, Westerns, they've gotten popular again, so I'm sure it's a good thing.
I'd love to see you in a Western.
Yeah, I want to do that. But people, you should check out the film. It's on Amazon called Lost Heart, where I played the small town pastor. But it's a really beautiful film and funny, and it's got all kinds of things going on. And then another one called Man's Best Friend on Amazon, where I play a defense attorney.
Oh.
And then there's one called When George Got Murdered, which is about sort of the aftermath of what happened after George Floyd got killed.
Oh,
and
wow.
I play a prison guard in the facility where they were holding Derek Chauvin. And it was all based on real stuff. It's really interesting film.
That's out already?
Yeah, that's out now. I can't remember which platform it's on, but people could.
And the name of that movie again? That's very relevant.
Yeah, it's called When George Got Murdered.
When George Got Murdered. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Butch. I had a question for him.
That's okay. I just wanted to break real quick, and then we'll come back to Don, and we'll go forward from there. But we got to pay the bills.
Don, can you hang in for 2 minutes while we hear from our sponsor?
Okay, no problem.
We'll be right back with Don Most.
Don Most? I'm going to answer.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of a choking accident.
Bye.
All right, we're back with Don Most. Yes,
Don Most was done.
Thank you for that.
Happy Days. Can we talk about Happy Days for a few minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the most popular TV shows ever. Okay. Your relationships. We know you're close with Anson Williams.
And you're doing a show together with him.
Right.
Called Harvest.
Harvest, what is it? Harvest
Time.
Harvest Time. Tell us about that.
Oh, that was a great project. Yeah, Anson and I are like best friends. We're so close.
That's nice to know.
And this was a piece. It was written by a terrific writer from Long Island, a guy named Fred Stroppel, and it's a dark comedy. It's very different than what people would, are used to with Anson and I. We play brothers, and he's on dialysis, and he needs a kidney, and I had promised him one of my kidneys, and then things get pretty crazy, funny, dark. It's a brilliantly written script, and Anson and I went to town with it, and that's been winning a bunch of awards lately in the festivals, and we'll see where it winds up.
Maybe you'll do it live in a stage production.
Yeah, we could, because it was originally written as a play. It was written as a one-act play, so that's interesting.
That would be great.
And how did you get along with everybody else? How was the rest of the cast? Were there any issues that you could share with us, or is it what goes on stays behind the scenes?
There were no issues. We had one of the greatest, wonderful group of people that really, it's not a cliche in this case. We were a family and had great respect for each other and got along terrifically. And, it not only the cast, but Gary Marshall, who was our exec producer, was like a mentor to us, and our director, Jerry Paris, who was brilliant and incredible. So it was one of those, lightning in a bottle kind of things where the cast, just the chemistry, everything was perfect, so great. And, we still, I don't see everybody as much, obviously, but I saw Ron about 6 months ago and spoke to Henry, and hoping to go visit Marion very soon.
Yeah.
Because she's still doing great. She's 94, and I want to go visit her. Yeah.
Well, I just watched Henry Winkler in Barry. Hysterical.
He's fantastic. But I always knew what an incredible actor Henry was, because he was, again, like nothing like the Fonz in real life. Nothing like that. And that was just him, serious. He was a very serious actor, and he made incredible choices. He was brilliant. And so I'm not surprised. I'm very happy for him with winning the Emmy a couple of years ago, and he's nominated again this year. Wow. So I'm so happy that this is happening for him right now. And everybody, Ron Howard's moved on to do a few things here and there.
That's all right. Kitty's great.
Did he do any directing on Happy Days?
No, nobody. It was only Jerry predominantly. Gary would direct some. There was a period where we had a few other guest directors early on, but then after it was just really almost all Jerry, who was a force.
I had heard Laverne and Shirley. They said towards the end it was like who's directing this week, and it was
I guess they did have a more of a revolving door in that respect. They were on the stage right next to us, and the story always was it was a lot calmer on our set.
Always
was he on Laverne? Were you on Laverne and Shirley's?
No,
I never guest starred on that.
Never guest. Okay.
But I remember when you guys first came on, it was not in front of a live studio audience.
No.
And then it went to a studio audience.
Correct.
What do you prefer most, on screen or on camera? Or is it a lot more work in front of a studio audience with the retakes and all that?
Well, I mean, the work, I don't look at it as like, which one was more work. It was actually tougher. It was actually a tougher schedule when we did it one camera like a movie, because you'd be shooting. You might be called in at 6 a.m. and you might not get done till 6, 7 at night. And then you go home, eat dinner, and then looking over the script for the next day. Where with the live audience, our schedule was much easier. We'd rehearse all week at normal hours, and then on Friday was the long day when we'd shoot in front of an audience. That was the long day. In terms of which I preferred, it's tough because I love theater, I love live theater, but I also love the dynamics and the subtleties of acting in front of a camera. It's a different medium, and it's a little bit different kind of approach that you have to have. And I love both of them. So it's tough. I'd say some of my favorite shows, I see some from the first 2 seasons when we were one camera. There were some shows I loved, and then there were some episodes from the 3 camera that I love. So I don't know. It's really hard for me to pick.
We have 2 more minutes.
Okay.
2 more minutes.
Go ahead, yes.
I can't thank you enough for coming on with us. I hope we can do this again. We plan to come out and do some shows to raise some money for some responder and veteran charities. Laughter Saves Lives out to your area.
Oh, great.
Is it all right if we call on you, if you're available? Maybe you could come.
Yeah, you don't have to say yes.
You don't have to say yes right now, but we'll let you know. And if you come by or help us out,
let me know when you're out here. Maybe we could get together or do something.
That'd be great.
We'd love
That'd be great. We could go to the go-karts. The go-karts.
But one thing.
One last thing.
My all-time favorite episode was in the very beginning, the stag party, I'm sorry. That one was a great one, and the burglar.
The burglar. I love the burglar episode.
He comes and sticks the door up, and they're like panicking.
That was a funny episode. With Herb Edelman as the
That's
burglar.
right, Herb Edelman.
And
Thanks for sharing all this stuff with us.
You were
and
wonderful.
Coming
Thank
on, you were a gentleman.
My pleasure. Thank you. It was good.
We love having you.
Everybody goes on most performing.
Yeah. What do you want? When you want to tell our viewers to see you?
Yes.
Where should they go?
Oh, well, this Sunday, if you're on the West Coast, this Sunday night at Burbank at the Gary Marshall Theater.
That's right.
I'll be performing. After that, it's all. I'm not sure. We're just putting together the schedule. So
website.
Yeah, I'm going to update my website. It's the realDonnieMost.com. Okay.
TheRealDonnieMost.com.
Oh, no, not the real Donnie Most. It's been so long that I have to update it. But I also post on Facebook and all that.
Thank you so much. And if you want to hang out, we have a very funny lady from out in your area. She's going to give us some laughs. So thank you very much. And hopefully,
I'd love to, but I have to go. But thanks anyway.
All right, go.
Thank you, Don.
Let me know when you're coming out.
We will.
Thanks, Don.
Right, thanks.
Don Mosk.
Look at that.
Wow.
How exciting.
Let's bring in Kristi, because I know Kristi McHugh. She is a comic out in LA. She's hitting the clubs.
Hysterical.
She's doing it all. I've been following her career since I've been out there a number of years ago. Please, a nice warm welcome for Kristi McHugh.
There she is.
There she is with the pigtails. In your pajamas. Are you in your pajamas?
No, I am not.
You are.
Strawberry shirt.
I
can't believe Donnie Most. You're not on. You're not staying on.
For you.
I gotta tell you, my favorite episode.
Wait, what happened?
Hold on, wait.
Hold on, wait.
Say it again. Say it again.
Your favorite episode.
We don't hear her. We don't hear you.
Hear you.
Wait, we heard her in the beginning.
Where's?
Hold on, Kristi. All right, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Go out and back.
One second. Should she go out and back?
No, I just did it. Yeah, I guess she's going to have to, because there's nothing I can do. She's connected. I don't know why she's not.
All right. Kristi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, there she is.
Talk.
Miracle.
Yay! She's
all right.
back.
So,
all right.
Your favorite episode?
My favorite episode is the one where Ralph Malph hooks up with Mrs. C.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
drama.
He would have loved to hear that.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
Nothing. I
drama.
expected more from you, John. All right.
Yeah. Well, I gave it to
You know, not that I wasn't a fan of the show. What I mean by that is it wasn't something that I put my time aside to watch.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of the episodes. But I can't, like you verbatim.
I
Like,
saw
remember
every
this
show. I know every show.
I'd rather watch Kristi McHugh's act.
Well, you can. You can. You should come
Good.
out. When are you guys coming out to LA?
We're not sure yet, but we will let you know.
All right. Well, make sure Don comes out to the show August 30th. I got to pump that show up. If you're on the West Coast, August 30th, Rose Room. Check out my website. I can tell you all about that later. But yeah, I got a big show coming up.
So what did you want to talk about today?
Yeah.
I want to talk about when John came to LA.
Oh. Yeah. What goes on?
You don't drink, do you, John?
LA?
Do you drink, John?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Oh.
No, he's not a drinker.
No, I'm not a drinker.
Okay, I didn't think you did because we were at that sushi bar. We went to a sushi bar and I had a lot of sake, but I actually got a job at that sushi bar because I met a guy and he had this thing for Asian women, and I thought maybe I would be as much Asian as possible. Did not work out.
No.
No, he started dating the hostess, Miyuki U Agawagana-chan. That's not a name. It's a nice Scrabble hand, but not a name. Yeah. Are you guys married? I don't know.
No, we don't.
Not together. Not together.
Not together, but you are married.
We are
yeah,
married.
it's a tough gig.
You know,
I'm
it's very
single.
disappointing.
During COVID was crazy here. I'm pretty sure I was dating a homeless man, but I live in Venice, so it's kind of hard to tell, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to cook me risotto. I'm like, all right, where do you live? He goes, depends on street cleaning. That was the end of that. It's difficult. Venice, if you haven't been to Venice Beach, have you been to Venice Beach, Rick?
No.
No, it's kind of hippie-do. I have all these friends and they're trying to give me advice. Like, you need to get crystals. Put your intentions out to the new moon. Go see a psychic. My friend Joe went to a palm reader here down on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
You know what she told him?
What?
He jacks off too much.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Is this a PG story?
It was.
I will edit that out. Or can it edit?
It's too
Sorry.
late.
Right, it's out there.
The ship left the port on that one.
That's listen, Bobby will edit it out. You'll be I think possibly our first person ever bleeped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously you didn't get the memo.
Is Butch gonna
Sorry.
be edited out?
I'm not
If we can just edit that joke and Butch, we're good. Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
I love it.
Go ahead, Kristi.
Go ahead, Kristi.
Anyway, no, it's you know, relationships are hard work, right? Everybody
Yeah.
wants
Yes,
white
they
teeth.
are.
Nobody wants to brush. It's difficult. Yeah, I went back home. I'm from Iowa originally.
Oh, Iowa.
Y'all been to Iowa? It's
Iowa.
very flat, very flat there.
Yeah.
I had to watch my dog run away for like 2 days one time. Yeah.
That's
You've not
hysterical.
been
You
to
watched
Iowa?
the dog run away for 2 days.
That is
That's
funny.
a good joke.
That is funny.
More of those.
More of
Are you
those.
guys on delay or are you just from Long Island?
Long Island. Oh. No, Iowa, man, what a
We're
difference.
from Long Island.
We
Your
are.
dog ran
I'm from
away
Queens.
and you had to watch it
Yeah.
for 3 days.
3 minutes.
Long
You
Island.
guys are funny.
Ella, wow, what a difference, right? From
Yeah. Oh my God. But it's you know, my mom's, she wants me to get married and have kids and all that. I don't know. I'm just not cut out for it. I don't think. You know.
Yeah.
I try to bond with my little niece. You know.
Yeah.
I got 32 nieces and nephews, and she's the one. She's just the one. Like the guy in the audience who won't laugh. She's the one I can't get. And I told her, I'm like, listen, and they love secrets. So I told her a secret when I was home. I go, listen, and Kristi's going to tell you something nobody's going to tell you. Mommy and Daddy are getting a divorce. Yeah. Because you didn't clean your room. She's a little shit, this one. Some children should be left behind. Anyway, but the other 32 are great.
Yeah.
32.
Wow, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew, John. I was on tour with Rich Little for a while.
I did not. He was on the show once.
Rich Little was?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. I get booked to open for Rich Little. I didn't know who he was. Kind of before my time, right?
Right.
So I think I'm opening for Little Richard.
Oh.
So I get to the green room and I see this man, white man.
Right.
And I'm like, who are you? He goes, well, I'm Rich Little. And I'm like, oh. He goes, the Impressionist. I go, oh. Well, can you do an impression of Little Richard? That tour ended very abruptly.
Very abruptly.
You didn't even have to go out on stage.
He can't take a joke.
Well, he's a great guy. That was a fun tour.
I think the older time comedians don't have the sense of humor that they do off stage today. Would you agree with that?
Oh, it's very different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're racist.
Yeah. They say broads. I was dating this broad, right? You hear that?
Oh, yeah. Well, that comes a lot from New York comics, too. I was doing governors, and every other word the comic said before me was, and this broad, and that broad, which I don't mind, you know?
Yeah. I know who the comic was. That's nice. I'm on Long Island. I don't play governors.
You don't?
No. I teach a class at one of their clubs, but
I'll send a letter.
would you put in the word for me? That'd be good.
So
what else? What else you doing?
What else am I doing? Oh, I got a movie out. On Netflix and Amazon called Night Caller.
Night Caller. All right.
Yeah, it's a horror movie, and it's great, and it's getting all kinds of good reviews. My mom, I went home and I told my mom's old. I'm youngest of 7. There's like huge generation gap.
Right.
So I went home and I told her I'm in this thriller movie, Night Caller. She told all the people at the home that her daughter's in a horror movie. Yeah. So all the men can wait to see it.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I'm just not being PG enough. Are you guys hearing me?
You're awesome. You're awesome. Coming on in your pajamas and awesome.
These are not pajamas.
They're your pajamas.
They are not.
All right.
Anyway, when are you
We
guys?
have strawberries. Strawberries.
What's that?
What's on them? Strawberries.
Yes.
Say.
You know, I have a. Can I say one thing? Well, we only have less than a minute, so I'll skip my story. But I had a friend growing up. A little girl across the street had strawberry. Her mother gave me for my birthday strawberry pants like that. Right? It almost matches that shirt. And I never wore them, and we had a big fight about it. It was embarrassing.
No, that would be the question. If she had matching strawberry pants, then they would be pajamas. Right?
I do not have strawberry pants.
I believe you. I believe you. So where can our viewers find you?
Right.
Tell them all of that.
Okay. You can go to Kristi McHugh Comedian on Instagram, Kristi_McHugh on Twitter, and my website is KristiMcHugh.com. And all my info and videos and
you're going to see this girl. She has been working so hard. How long ago was I out there? Was it 10 years? Could it be?
Oh my God. Yeah, at least.
Right? And she's been like going crazy since. She really works hard. And I wish her the best. Thank you for taking the time to do our show.
Thank you guys
so much.
All right. Be well,
Look
Kristi.
forward to
We'll see
seeing
you when
you
we come
live.
out there.
All right.
Great.
Kristi
How funny
McHugh
is
from
she?
LA. Very, very funny comic. You know, and you notice I say funny comic because I hate when they say female comic. She's a funny comic.
The term used to be comedian.
Oh, was
you
it?
don't hear that anymore.
No.
Like actor.
Right.
They're actors now.
Next week, we have Sylvester Stallone.
Yep. Good.
No, we don't.
Oh,
We have Stallone Slester.
Well, if I was the producer, I could get Stallone.
Yeah, probably. There he is.
I think we're taking next week off, I believe.
I think we were just fine. Canceled.
Wow.
We didn't even know this.
We're going to take next week off because everybody's off and traveling and all that good stuff. So
right, Labor Day week.
All right,
then we'll be back.
Great job producing tonight, Butch.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby, from the other room there. Richie, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks, Les Deacon, for stopping by. That was fun.
And bringing us 2 great sponsors.
And thank you, John Santo, for not coming on the show, but stopping by.
and, not talking in the lobby is the best part of it.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
We're going
you.
to the diner. Richie and I.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circled the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.